Humans are like children in a sandbox full of toys. Sometimes we share, but it's not always natural to do so. As we build for ourselves a make-believe life in the sand with our toy shovels, as we drive our expensive toy trucks and pretend to live in our beautiful sand castles, we are fully conscious that there are children on the other side of the play structure with no toy trucks to drive, no plastic shovel to dig with, and therefore sand castles that look more like sand piles. We often choose to neglect thinking about those on the other side as we get ahead and live the sandbox dream. Somehow the fact that there's a play structure separating us from the kids who have less excuses us from the responsibility to share. After all, we can't really see them, right? We often ask God why there is so much suffering in the world, but have we ever stopped to think about what we would say if God asked us that same question? The human mind is flawed due to an imperfect heart. We were born into a place of sin, and therefore we have the symptoms to show for our condition. We think we know it all, make bad decisions, fail to selflessly put others first. We fail to love. We are conscious of the needs that exist in the sandbox, but would rather push our toy trucks around in the sand as we push our urgent responsibility to share with those in need to the back of our heads. We cannot blame God for the suffering that occurs as a result of our failure to put others first. Likewise, the owner cannot be blamed for the lack of sharing that takes place in his sandbox. But why doesn't the owner just step into the sandbox and tell them to share? He already has, a long time ago. He even left us with a written guide that continually stresses the importance to love each other. The ball's in our court. Each of us has a moral responsibility to love. We have choices. We are not robots, and God is not a puppet master. Rather, He is a loving God who values relationship, and in order for the concept of relationship to work, free will or choice is essential. There is no good reason for poverty to exist, and until we start taking seriously our human responsibility to play nice inside this big, round sandbox, suffering will increase and God will continue to endure accusations for our actions.